I thought I knew Microsoft Excel. Then I learnt this.
I want you all to imagine that you're going to bed, you're shutting your eyes and you're dreaming. And what do you dream about? Well, if you've subscribed to this channel, you are of course dreaming of Excel, and you may be dreaming of something like this. So I've got a sheet and I want to type in some letters, and whenever I type in this text box, you can see it's automatically highlighted in this table. It's not using the filter function, it's actually part of the table. And what's more, if I click on this sort button at the top, which is quite a nice shape here, it's automatically bringing all of the highlighted rows to the top. Now, how do I do that? Let's just show you. So first thing I need to do is have this table, and I've got under the table design here, I've got this called names list. Give it a half decent name. So what I will do here is I'm going to use cell F1. Let me just type some examples in here. If I type in Anne for Anna. Now what I want is to do some conditional formatting to check this cell so it will highlight each row. So let's give that a go. So across and down, so Control Shift and the right arrow and the down arrow. Just make sure you select the entire table. From the Home tab, we're going to go up to and click on conditional formatting down to New Rule. In the new formatting rule box, we'll click on Use a formula to determine which cells to format, and click in Format Values where this formula is true. Now let's just do the formula bit by bit. So the first main bit of the formula to do the highlighting is using the isNumber function to check for a pattern. So the pattern is going to search for whatever happens to be in F1. Let's go up here to F1, comma, in B2. Now, as the formula relatively references down, we want it to reference the other rows, so we're going to remove the $ from in front of the 2. That looks good. Let me close off the bracket for the search function, close off the bracket for isNumber. Let's give it a decent format by clicking on Format, click on the Fill tab at the top and choose a green color. We can click on OK, click on OK. And now you can see it is working. So if I click and if I type in AR, say for artificial, press enter, and you can see artificial is selected, but also AR in Barry and AR in Carol. However, there is a problem. If I come and delete that, all of them are highlighted. And that's because there's nothing in F1. So I need to put in a condition so that if there is nothing in cell F1, then it doesn't highlight anything. So let's just click back on the table, go back to conditional formatting, click on Manage Rules, and you can see the rules come up for this table. Let me double click on the formula, and then if I click just before the I in the is, and very simply we're going to encase this isNumber in an AND function. So equals AND, open bracket, comma, and then I want to check if F1 does not equal blank, close off the bracket, and if I click on OK, click on OK again, and now it's working well. So if I type in JA, yeah. But I want to add a text box that's going to dynamically have a quick search. So how do I do that? So first thing I need to do is display the Developer tab at the top. So if you right click any tab at the top, go down to Customize the ribbon, and there you've got the Developer checkbox. Just check that there, click on OK, and you'll see Developer tab. Once the Developer tab has appeared and you've got that in your grips or in your sights, you can click on it, click on this Insert drop-down list, and under ActiveX Controls, go across and have a look for Text Box. Give that a click and drag to draw a text box. And then we can see this one here is called Text Box 1. Right-click on the text box, and we're going to go down to and choose Properties. So you've got Properties. So what we're going to do next is we are going to use a linked cell. With its properties, we have to type it in. So if we go to linked cell F1, okay, and can press enter, that's good. Excellent. So now if I close down the properties box here, and if I then turn off design mode, and let me just click in this box, and if I start typing see, that puts this in the box here and it automatically updates this. R, crystal ball, backspace, nothing. If I want diner, yeah, that's good. So we're almost there. Last thing we need to do is the sort button. So let's just click away from this text box, and I'm going to go to Insert, and I'm going to choose Shapes, and I'll choose one of these fancy shapes to do a sort. There's a nice little arrow just here. So I'm going to use this pentagon just there. That's good. Just click and drag to draw that to sort. let me rotate it. Let me just move it down a little bit and rotate it like so. I'm going to type the word sort in. Oh, that's come on its side, which doesn't really help. So if I go to the Home tab at the top, there's a little drop-down list which I can then rotate the text. There we go. And then I can centrally align it in the middle, adjust it like so. Great. I tell you what, let's make it big enough to cover this F1 just here. Brilliant. And then what I'm going to do is you record a macro and attach it to this button. So how I do that is all I want, firstly, let me just get something to sort. So if I type in AM, that's great for a mandolin. Then if I click away, that's good. So I'm going to go back to the developer tab, and over on the left here, I've got record macro. So I'm going to click on record macro, and I'll give it the name here, sort color. Okay. And then click on OK. And all I want to do is click on this drop-down list, go to sort by color and choose the color. So it brings a mandolin at the top. That's all I need. So I'm going to click on stop recording, and then I'm going to click on Visual Basic to access the macro. And this is one I've done earlier. Let's just get rid of that one there. That's good. And you see I've got this sub sort color just here. So that's the macro that I'm going to use. Okay. So that's everything really. So all I need to do is right click on sort, go down to and choose assign macro. Okay. And then double click on sort color. So now let's give this a test. Now backspace, and if I'm looking for BEN, and then I click on the sort, it brings everything with BEN to the top. If I'm just looking for HEL, and I click on sort, everything with HEL to the top. Absolutely fantastic. Job done. See you next time.